There are disappearances that happen in silence, in empty places, where the world has room to hide what it takes. This one did not. This one happened in daylight, on the way to a government building, in a place designed to be watched. A woman gets into an e-hailing car and sends a message to her lawyer to say she is on her way. She expects to arrive minutes later. Then she never arrives, and the ride is marked completed anyway. Her name is Pamela Ling. She was 42. She was due at the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission headquarters in Putrajaya to assist with an investigation. She disappears before she reaches the door. The first confirmed thread in this story is timing. Her family and lawyer say she sent a message at 1:57 p.m. saying she was on her way and expected to arrive at 2:08 p.m. That is a narrow window. Narrow windows make sharp mysteries. Another thread is location. Her family's lawyer said the last known phone location was detected near the MACC highway, close to Pusat Bandar, Putrajaya, at 1:52 p.m. and after 2 p.m. calls went unanswered and messages were undelivered. And then comes the story that makes your stomach tighten, because it does not sound like confusion, it sounds like a plan. The e-hailing driver later described a coordinated interception involving multiple vehicles. In his account, he picked her up from Velocity Tower in Cheras and drove toward Putrajaya, near the MACC building area. He said 3 cars appeared, boxing in his vehicle from different angles until there was nowhere to go. Then, he said people got out, 2 men and a woman. The men wore police vests. The woman looked like she was in a police uniform. And in that moment, the most dangerous weapon was not force, it was legitimacy. The driver said the woman told him the passenger needed to be detained to assist in an investigation. And when Pamela resisted at first, the group escalated, pulling her from the car and moving her into another vehicle. If that account is accurate, notice what it implies. This was not random. The intercept happened on a route toward a specific destination. The people involved arrived with a story prepared. They acted like they belonged there. Police later confirmed key elements from CCTV. Kuala Lumpur, police said, footage showed the e-hailing car was intercepted, and that the operation involved 5 vehicles and at least 8 suspects. 3 vehicles intercepted, and 2 acted as lookouts nearby. Police also said at least 3 of the vehicles used cloned registration numbers, and investigators spoke to the original owners, who confirmed their cars were with them at the time. It is a detail that screams preparation. That same CCTV trail, police said, allowed them to track movements through Putrajaya after she was taken, and that the vehicles left via 2 different routes. The convoy did not just take her, it split, like it knew how to disappear. The next question is the one everyone asks first, because it changes everything. Were they policed? Police publicly said there were no sanctioned police operations in Putrajaya that day. The Inspector General of Police said investigators were looking into whether the abductors were impersonating law enforcement, or whether actual personnel could be involved. That is a rare sentence to hear in public, and it tells you how serious the optics are. The Kuala Lumpur police chief later said CCTV showed 2 suspects wearing police vests and indicated they were imposters, not part of an official police operation. That does not close the case. It only sharpens the edge. Because when someone can convincingly perform authority in broad daylight, it creates a new fear. It means the public is trained to comply with the very costume that can be used against them. Police said there has been no ransom demand reported, no simple transaction, no clear demand for leverage, at least not publicly. That silence can mean many things, and none of them are comforting. Police also said they believed she was still in Malaysia and alive at that stage, citing immigration records showing no official departure after her last recorded travel. It is a statement that sounds reassuring until you realize what it also implies. Someone can vanish without crossing a border. And because this is a real investigation, police also said they could not disclose everything, because details can compromise leads, test witness credibility, or tip off suspects. That is standard, but in a case like this, it also leaves the public in the dark. There is also legal context around Pamela that matters, but it has to be handled carefully. Reporting states she filed a judicial review application to challenge an arrest warrant and travel restrictions shortly before her disappearance. Her lawyer also stated publicly that Pamela had been attending MACC sessions multiple times, cooperating, and was under a travel ban, and that she had raised concerns connected to a private dispute with her estranged husband. These are claims and legal positions, not conclusions, but they form part of the background tension. Let's go back to the day itself. The ride is supposed to end at MACC. A normal appointment becomes a corridor into uncertainty. And the closer you get to Putrajaya, the more you realize how bold this was. This was not a quiet alley. This was the administrative heartland. Police later said CCTV from her departure point showed her calm and collected, and that she showed no sign of struggle and cooperated during the incident. That detail can mean compliance under pressure. It can also mean deception. The driver also claimed he was told to press the complete trip button. Whether that is true or not, the idea is chilling, because it is the kind of small action that scrubs a timeline. It makes the disappearance look like a normal ending. Once she is transferred to another vehicle, the case becomes a chase that starts behind closed doors. Police said they tracked movements via CCTV and are investigating where the suspects went after leaving Putrajaya. In May 2025, reporting cited police recording statements from numerous witnesses, including family members, MACC officers, and her lawyer. In July, reporting cited 48 statements and the use of CCTV analysis and a photo fit with only partial matching. The case becomes paperwork and waiting. The most haunting part of a case like this is how it splits your brain into lanes. Lane 1 says impersonators and a planned abduction. Lane 2 says staged disappearance. Police said they did not rule out the possibility of staging and were eliminating possibilities one by one. Staging is not an accusation. It is an investigative lane. And it exists in this case because the intercept looked organized. And because without a public demand or trace, investigators have to consider every structure that could explain the silence. But staging has its own problems. If the intercept involved 5 vehicles, 8 suspects, cloned plates, and coordinated routes, that is not a simple self-disappearance. It is either a large deception or a large crime. The other lane is coercion, a forced transfer using the costume of law enforcement. If you can make someone believe they are being taken to a police station, you can move them without the scream that triggers help. This is why this case feels like a modern urban mystery instead of a typical missing person story. It has structure, it has choreography, it has a performance, and then it has a total absence of the one thing you need most: proof of where she went next. In August 2025, reporting from a parliamentary statement said a vehicle believed to be linked was found north near the Thailand border, but the minister emphasized it was a belief, not confirmed fact. Even that detail, if true, widens the geography into a second act. Police also said publicly there were no cash transfers from her bank account to others and no evidence of political elements based on reporting of police statements. In other words, some common motives leave no footprints here, or at least none found yet. Which brings us to the questions that keep this case alive. How did the convoy know exactly where to intercept? Did they follow her from the pickup point, or did someone feed them her route? Did they pick a place where cameras would be less useful, even near a government hub? Another question is identity. If 2 suspects wore police vests, where did they get them? Are they common enough to buy? Were they stolen? Was it an intentional choice to delay resistance? Another question is why. A case like this tempts the internet to fill gaps with certainty. But the truth is, we do not have a confirmed motive publicly released. We have context, we have allegations, we have an investigation, and we have a woman still missing. If you want a single image to hold on to, make it this: a car boxed in on a normal day, a person in a vest stepping forward like it is routine, a transfer that happens quickly enough to confuse the brain. Then traffic flows again, as if nothing happened. The most unsettling part is how familiar the shape is. It looks like procedure. It looks like authority. It looks like you should comply. And that is exactly why it works. If it worked. As of the latest public reporting, the investigation remains active. Statements have been recorded from dozens of people. Police continue reviewing CCTV and pursuing leads, and Pamela Ling has not been publicly confirmed found. If you are watching this for a clean resolution, I will not fake one. This is not solved. This is an open question with real consequences, and that means we treat it with restraint. No naming suspects without charges. No turning rumor into verdict. Mystery Monday is about the moment the world stops making sense. This case is that moment in broad daylight. A convoy, a costume of authority, a destination she never reached, and the silence afterward that has still not been broken.